Welcome to Vintage Blend Studio. Come and create with me. Hi guys, it's Susanna Easdale here again, and today I'm going to be doing a art journal inspired by Creative Girls book, which is pretty cool. Sort of wanted to do something a little bit more whimsical. I'm trying to think of what her name is again. You'll see it on the front cover, I think. Anyway, I've pre-drawn these out, which if you want to know how to draw girls, I've got another video on how to do it. There's all the bits and pieces and embellishments I've got from Daphne's diary, and there's quite a bit that I've cut out from there. I've got a video also on a book review about Daphne's diary if you want to know what type of magazine it is, but you can get bits and pieces from pretty much scrapbooking paper or any other magazine you're into. Showing some of this stuff doesn't make it on there but yeah, it's there's a lot of cutting out in this video, and it's quite a long video too, so but if you do the process along with me, it's actually quite a fun video. There's lots of bits and pieces. I'm using napkins. So the girl on the left side I'm sort of doing in the pink tones, and the girl on the right I'll be doing in the blue tones with matching bits and pieces. I love those little tiara things they've got on their head, which was another like cut out piece from Daphne's diary. They're so good. The illustrations are really great. I wanted to do a tea inspired art journal page, so you'll notice me getting a few teacups and teapots and stuff, and that was perfect because one was sort of more in the ready colours and then the other one was in blue, and a little pink cup. Some cupcakes. I think that might have been from the Daphne's Diary colouring book. So yeah, really good magazine. I love it. Just as well it's fast forwarded. If you have to watch me cut out everything at normal pace, it would be very time consuming. So a lot of this is about figuring out stuff, bit of fussy cutting. There, I don't make you watch it. I knew I didn't make you watch. I paused it and then voila, magic of editing. Got a stamp which I got with teacups all over it. I think I used the picked raspberry distressing for that one, which is going to be the base for that colour. And I think that's the, what's that one? A bit hard to see in such a small screen when you're editing. Might have been peacock feathers, I think. I've got another video too which I've done called The Butterfly Girl, which I show how to draw the faces, but there's plenty of good books out there to teach you how to do it. And there's also a good technique you can use where if you find a face you like, just photocopy it off and pencil behind the back of it and then trace around it, and you've got your basis for a face. You don't have to be a brilliant artist to have fun with paper collage. So there's always ways and means of going about it. So now it's time to colour her in. I think that's plum pink, Joe Saunders. And when I first do it, it looks really bright, but then you tone it down after a while with the pencils. And I think that's the Folk Art Victorian Rose, and I add a bit of white with that too to tone that down. Had a lot of fun doing this page. It was great. Very different from my type of style, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, when you do it, it's like so bright. They actually sort of remind me of those Russian princesses with those little tiara things and the way that their hair are. Normally I don't leave it so bright when I'm doing other faces, but with the whimsical look, I leave the cheeks a little brighter because it tends to match really well with that type of look. Make it hard for myself, do two at once. And it's in the Jane Davenport book, the art journal, the larger one, which has got the best paper on it. So it's able to take acrylics and watercolour and, it copes really well with all the different mixed media that I throw at it. Putting the darker colour underneath the neck just to give it a bit of shading. She looks like she's got a milk moustache at the moment. There we go, that's a little better. It's looking a little better, blending. Excuse the cars out in the driveway, you can hear it. Just have to get it just right. I always get a bit fussy when I'm painting it, forgetting that things dry a little lighter when things get a little lighter when they dry. I think her cheeks end up staying a little brighter. She's got a different look about her to the other one. It's almost got the Princess Leia little hair on the soft to the side. I think I end up changing that look, giving her more of a longer hair. At least this way you get to learn how to do faces twice. Gives you a bit of extra tutorial. Once again, put the when you do shading on the neck, you do the bit which has got least of sun, which it probably should have been on the left side rather than right, but well, it's whimsical, you can get away with it. Once again using matte paint so that I can go over it on the top with pencils again. There we go, doing shading. I think I did it on that side because her neck's fairly long and doing it on that side makes it, I know it's less obvious that it's so long. Excuse my head. When you're getting into doing painting and that, you really got to get into it, and sometimes your head gets in the way. You don't realise when you're intently painting and drawing. Okay, I think while that is drying, I do on the matte, I got the picked raspberry, which I'm colouring the hair. I love the Distress ink colours. Are just beautiful. They're so bright and intense. And the colours stay true to what they are. I've just noticed I've seen the Inktense pencils there. I think I might even highlight it with the Inktense pencils. So what have I got? Yeah, the hair is picked raspberry and mermaid lagoon. Ah, mermaid lagoon, not peacock feathers. Oh, she looks pretty. I love pink. It's nice watching them all evolve. The fun part for me was sticking all the bits and pieces on. I enjoy painting, but I love watching them all come together with all the little elements. Yeah, see, I sort of made her hair go down to her neck, the shoulders, I mean. They're great that you can use the Inktense pencils. They're just like pencils. They're distress inks, just like watercolour. They really have got that watercolour look about them, but because they're ink, they are really quite intense and bright, and the colour stays true to how it goes down. So I think oh, there we go. I must have skipped a step. Sorry. I've gotten, there we go. I think fuchsia it is. Inktense pencils around the head of the pink girl, and then I'm not sure what colour I use on the other side, because this is a long video. You sort of stop and start and have lunch, and sometimes you forget where you're at. And see, when you do it with the Inktense pencils, it activates it. So I think the fuchsia matches it really well, and then I activate it with the brush, and yeah, it really gives a lovely outline. And the serviette that I used, what was that from? From Cypress Home, the napkin. So it worked perfectly with the theme that I was going for. Doing the same with this Inktense pencil. I think I did show you what it was. I missed that. Same thing, sort of highlight a little bit, then go over it with the water. That's what I love about the water brushes. They've already got the water in there. You don't have to keep refilling it up all the time. They're great. It's amazing how fast it is when you've got it in fast forward. But a lot easier to watch than having to do real time. I think because I stamped the stamps up top with the Inktense, Inktense and Distress, I keep getting it mixed up, with the Distress inks on the outside, and then you colour it in. That's one good thing about the stamps. So I'm going around the dress just to sort of highlight where it is in the with the pencils. Yeah, the Jane Davenport watercolours. Now, I'm trying to think of what colour that is. A Brights palette. That actually looks like Fairy Tale, I think, from the Brights palette. Such a pretty colour. Mixed in with some of the purple. Oh, that looks really pretty. I love watercolour. It just gives that real soft look about it. That's why I did that. I did the pink on one side, and then pink and purple on the other side, and then purple on the, so sort of to blend in the flow of the sisters together. and then I did the purple on the left hand side of the right hand sister, and then blue on the other side, so it all blends in together. And because it's such good quality paper, it's really good. It doesn't buckle and warp and do all that. It's just such great paper. Looks so pretty. And it really isn't that hard. You don't have to be a master artist to do this style. And it has a lovely effect. Yeah, the purple, definitely think it is the fairy tale with the purple that she's got there. Oh, I've gone to a bigger brush. Yeah, it's taken me too long. Yes. Thanks for the patience for watching me do all this. That's why it's such a long video, but there's a lot of processes involved when you're doing a 2-page spread. So, but the beauty of it is, if you know you're wanting to paint along and do it with me, it's good. If you noticed just a second ago, that was the previous Butterfly Girl page. Try very hard not to get it onto the actual face of the girl. And I think I used the 70s eyeshadow for the other side on the blue. Yeah, by the looks of it. Adding a little bit of the purple as well, just to sort of blend it in a little bit. I love Jane Davenport Brights palette. It's so pretty. I've got all 3 of them, but I think the Brights is probably my fave because they're just so beautiful. The colours, it's the ones I use the most. Get every little nook and cranny. Yeah, underneath. There we go. Now I've got to allow for a bit of drying time, so it may just flick to the next stage, I think, because I'll be letting it dry for a bit, or I'll get out the blow dryer. It's been a while since I've had this one on my file for a little bit, so it was a while ago when I did this one. Yep, splatters, they're always good. Adds to the whimsical touch of it all. Makes a mess of your desk, mind you, but I can always tell my husband he's like, "Are you been painting again?" There's all bits of white splatter paint, because where I've got my art stuff is in the kitchen dining area, and you can tell that an artist lives where I am. All the little white bits on the floor before I clean my floor. But ink's a bit harder to get rid of, so got to be really careful when you do use the ink. I think, oh, yep. Oh, careful on the face. I think I'm not splattering with the ink. Some hoon going up up the road, it's ridiculous how fast they go up our road. We got lots of young kids in the street, and they just tend to drive up there really fast. Not good. There we go. Must have, see, allowed for drying time. Liquitex matte medium. I need to get myself another bottle of that. I go through a lot of that stuff. Put the tiara on. Look, she looks beautiful. It is so whimsical the way I've put the bird in there. Well, I suppose, you know, hair looks a bit like a bird's nest. Got everything in there. The beauty of using the matte medium, you can paint over the top of it too, and you're still able to draw over the top of that, which is good. Got to have those just right so that I can get it pouring into the little cup. She's got amazing skills to be able to pour a cup of tea from her head into the cups. Both of them amazing. Little cupcakes. I think I might have hand coloured those in from the colouring book. Little, I think a jug or a clock by the looks of it. Yep, that's it. Which tends to go with the Alice in Wonderland theme. I will be printing these two off and have them for sale in my Etsy shop, but I haven't done it as yet, but they will be available probably in the next couple of weeks. So just keep looking at there. The stuff that I've got on the Etsy shop at the moment is cards and prints that I've done previously to me doing YouTube. So I haven't got process videos for them, but they're nice artwork, so feel free to have a look and you know, maybe leave me a comment on how you like it. Now she's getting the teapot on her head, so she's got two. I think she's got a coffee pot as well, so there you go, she's multi-talented. Yeah, half the battle is figuring out what goes where and what goes better with what. I wasn't able to find a blue cup, so I've got a yellow one. There we go, there's a little tiara. There's so many beautiful papers that you can get out there that have got tea themed stuff on there, so you would not have any trouble. I know Kazar Craft has got a high tea one, and Doodlebugs has got the sugar and spice collection, I think, which are really cute. They got lots of really cute little tea things. But if you're into this and you want to make it yourself, more than likely you would have really pretty papers in your own stash with teas in it. And if you're really creative, you can always draw your own. Oh, getting stuck. And they're getting there. Got to be really careful when you put down napkins, because they're so thin sometimes they rip, which is not good. No, I don't think that ends up making it there. I cut it out, but didn't make it into the mix. Here we go. Oh, another process. I think it was maybe the next day. I got some stickers from Daphne Diary and used it in her for her earrings on both of them. And then this is Tim Holt's cling stamps, and I used a teacup, a bee, and a butterfly. Couple of butterflies, and then coloured them on the top. And these teacups for her earrings on both the girls. Now that everything is completely dry, I'm going in with my Prismacolor portrait set colouring pencils to really bring out all the details in the eyes. They look a little strange until you get the eyes done. And I've gone a lot more like darker in the colours and than what I usually do because of the style of artwork that this is, more in the whimsical style. Yeah, see, go over it with your finger. It smudges so beautifully. But I didn't really want to give her too much blue in the eyes, like as an eyeshadow, because her eyes are blue. Even in whimsical, in the way that their noses are quite long, sort of long-faced. Can't remember what that colour is called. They're such good pencils, I love them. I think I said that in the other video too, but I really do love them. Putting a few highlights in there with the purple. Purple makes a really nice colour to do shading. It's purple or blue, which is the cooler, because she's more of a cooler shaded girl, and the other one she's a bit more warmer. So yeah, you can have still use the blue, but a bit darker. But yeah, see, they're a lot more rosier than what I normally would do, but I like that look in these girls. Yeah, little hands going 1,000 miles an hour. Highlighting all the bits and pieces. And then I think I go over the whole lot with the light peach is what I usually do. It sort of unifies everything. The white around the eyes and on the nose and on the chin. So if you do find that you want to do something like this, I've got a Facebook page which I've linked down at the bottom, as well as my Etsy page. I'd love to see any of your artwork. So if you want to go onto the Facebook page, put your artwork on there, or leave something in the comments that you said you've done it. But it's always nice to see if you've inspired somebody else to do something like this. It was a lot of fun, and you don't have to, be so great at art to do something like this. It's just cutting and pasting. It's, yours will have your own flair to it. So yeah, it definitely is a lot of fun, and I'd love to see any of your work if you do it. Painting the eyes blue, which matches in with the hair. She's starting to look a little bit more coming to life now, once you get the pupils in and the eyelashes on, which are a bit thicker and darker than what I normally would do again, but it suits this style. See? Yep, then my ink pen, which darkens it up a little bit. Usually I always go over it with a pencil first and then over with an ink pen. Well, she's looking rather nice. Sort of got a bit of a shy, forlorn look about her. It's funny how different they turn out. You know, when you do them, you don't know what's going to come out of your pencil and how they're going to turn out until they're finished. Just getting everything just right on the eyebrows. Got to have them in. Gel pen, and with a white gel pen, because the white with the pencil doesn't always show up. And you can smudge that too, which is really good. And if I remember correctly, I think I go over the hair with the pen as well, and around some of the other bits and pieces just to highlight them. Bit more shading and colouring. I think she's turned out pretty cute. Now the other side. I haven't named them. I just called them Tea Time Sisters. So if you have got any names for them, maybe you can leave them in the comments for me. Don't know what to call them. I gave her unusual eye colouring that's sort of like a purpley pink, but I thought I was going to do brown, but then I thought nah, that she needs it to match her hair just like the other sister. Just something that goes with the theme of it all. Being whimsical, you can get away with it. She's got a bit more of a confident look about her. Her sister's a bit shy, and I think she's probably more the dominant one. Her earrings, I used the Daphne's Diary. She's got everything in there that comes in with gorgeous papers, which are matte and they're easy to cut out and to stick on, but she has a lot of stickers as well, even a lot of die cuts that you cut out and you can put in scrapbooking or journaling. I mean, I love using scrapbook paper, but I just really like the idea of, I get the joy of reading the magazine and all the articles and getting to use all the beautiful papers and everything in it. It's great. It's being thrifty. Bit more shading around the nose to highlight a bit. They've got such big eyes, these girls. She's got more of a pout about her. Yeah, definitely more confident. Bit of purple around the eyes. A little bit more shading. And the white. You can just see the process. White with the pencil, and then I go over it with the black pen, and then the white gel pen. Yeah, more on the other side. It's funny watching yourself, how you work. You just, when you're doing it, you just do it, and then you rewatch it as you're doing the voiceover, and you're like, it's interesting. At least I'm looking at it from a point of view if as a viewer as well. You've done really well, guys, to hang in this far and to watch the long process, but there's just a lot of process, so I've tried to speed it up as much as I can without it taking away from seeing what needs to be done. Going over with the light peach again, just to unify all the different colours in. Look at me go. Go so fast. There we go. It's the thing with the Prismacolor. See me wiping it off. It because it's waxy, you get little waxy bits, but I wipe off over with the gel pen, not a gel pen, the ink pen. One thing about doing more whimsical style, you don't feel as stressed about whether, you know, there's too much black, or it's a lot more freeing. As I've done more realistic portraits, and you tend to get a little bit more stressed when it comes to doing the eyes, and you don't want it to look like, like cartoonish. Whereas when you do the musical style, you just have fun with it, which is really great. That's why I wanted to get the Jane Davenport journal, just to do some, Jane style girls and have a bit of fun with, more relaxing. And with the white gel pen. Give it a little bit of a reflection in the eye. More on the other side. Okay, I think I'm done with the girls, but I've got a few more little bits and pieces to do. This is from Alt New, I don't know how to pronounce that, Alt New, called Vintage Teacup. And they got these really cool little sayings, which I'm going to put over the top, sort of give it a bit of a name. You and me equals care. You, me, and tea equals carefree. So that was pretty good. Sort of matched it really well. And then the other one, I think it's got, no one stacks up to you, which I thought was pretty good because their hair is stacked up full of stuff. And then I think it just had tea time, which is what I wanted to call Tea Time Sisters. And then I had to draw in the word sisters, which I think I do at the end. See, I'm signing it, but we haven't finished yet. I still am like, need something else. I'm jumping the gun a little bit, and then I end up getting a little bit more, got something else. I think I'll get, there we go. Using the script stamp from Kazar Craft with the picked raspberry distress inks. And I think I added a little bit of Concord onto that as well, just to, make the background stand out a little bit more. Real mixed media. Looks quite nice actually, I really like it. Lots of fun playing with stamps. And the other side I use the Concord and the Mermaid Lagoon as well to sort of go in with the two colours of that. Sort of, you want to be able to see it, but at the same token it blends in with the paint that you've got in the background. Getting there, almost done. Always think that I'm nearly finished and end up, nah, needs more. But I love how it turns out in the end. It looks great. Use a baby wipe for cleaning up. They're great. It's amazing that it does clean up all the ink. It's amazing what baby wipes do. What else have I got? I think this is where I do the tea time stamp. I don't think yeah, here we go. It's now in view. Yep. Tea time, and then I draw in the word sisters with a pencil first to make sure that I get it right. You don't want to stuff these things up. Using a calligraphy pen. And then the line underneath, and I think I'm pretty much done. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and if you really liked it and want to participate, don't forget to go on the Facebook page and maybe subscribe and like. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I had lots of fun making this page. There we go. See ya. Thanks for watching. If this video inspired you, please like and subscribe. Bye!